Good evening, everyone. I'm amanpour, and welcome to our program. Let me start by saying how delighted I am to be back broadcasting from this seat again. I aim to bring you the big ideas and the top stories, including tonight an exclusive interview with the Afghan President Hamid Karzai. But I also want to explore stories in depth. So each night I'll be starting the program with the brief, drawing upon different perspectives and my own experience in the field to explore the whole picture. Tonight we'll look at Afghanistan and how it could have worked, even with the kind of violence that we saw this weekend, the Taliban striking again in a series of coordinated attacks across the country. It's troubling as the United States and international forces prepare to pack up and leave. So let's first take a look back 11 years ago, when Hamid Karzai was hailed as a hero. He got a standing ovation in the United States Congress, and he radiated optimism in his first ever interview. President Karzai had a lot more to say about prospects for talks with the Taliban and about how NATO might pursue the war on terror going forward. He made a lot of news, and I'll have the rest of our conversation on Friday here on our program. But now we're also covering another breaking story. What would you do with $57 billion? If you were this man, that is not a hypothetical. Just elected president of the World Bank today, he has the task of pouring those billions into developing countries. Dr. Jim Young Kim may indeed be the right man for the job, but there's been much controversy since many believe there's a woman who's even more qualified. We'll meet them when we come right back. Welcome back to the program, and now to controversy at the World Bank. Just a short time ago, the bank announced that American Dr. Jim Young Kim will be its next president. But that comes after a hotly contested race. The job traditionally goes to an American. But this year, 39 former World Bank officials rallied around the Nigerian finance minister, insisting that she might be the best person for the job. Nevertheless, Dr. Kim got it. He's a physician who's done much of his work in the developing world, and he's currently the president of Dartmouth College. And he joins me now from Lima, Peru, for his first television interview. Dr. Kim, welcome to this program, and congratulations on being selected as the World Bank president. Let me ask you first and foremost, what is your vision for this job? Everybody's waiting to hear that. Dr. Kim, thank you so much indeed for joining us. Thanks for giving us your first interview, and we wish you good luck. We'll be watching, and we will be right back. And now for our final thought. Imagine sitting on the story of the century with no way to tell it. It did happen to Carlos Hurd, a young newspaper man sailing to Europe on the steamship Carpathia, just as the Titanic was sinking. When the Carpathia stopped to rescue survivors, Hurd had the scoop of a lifetime, but the Carpathia's captain imposed a news blackout. Hurd interviewed the survivors, jotting notes on scraps of paper and putting his story in a cigar box, jerry-rigged with champagne corks to make it float. Arriving here in New York Harbor, he spied his editor on a tugboat, tossed the box into the water, and the rest is history. And that is it for our first program. Tomorrow, Syria's ceasefire is hanging on by a string. We'll talk to some of the key players. In the meantime, log on to amanpour.com, where you can watch our show every day, as well as my documentaries and archives. Thank you so much. Goodbye from New York.